The town drunk, former deputy sheriff dude enters a saloon through the back door, looking dirty, unshaven, and broke. Joe Burdette, brother of the corrupt local rancher Nathan, stands at the bar and tosses a coin into a spittoon, laughing as dude reluctantly bends down to pick it up. Sheriff John Chance, dude's old friend, kicks the coin away. Feeling ashamed, dude knocks Chance out with a piece of wood. Joe's men then grab dude and beat him. An unarmed customer tries to stop Joe, but Joe shoots him dead. Joe strolls out, leaving Chance and dude half-conscious near the body. Joe walks into another bar. Chance, bleeding and dazed, follows him in, pointing his rifle to arrest him. Despite Joe's backup, dude appears and shoots the gunman, threatening Chance. Joe reaches for his gun, but Chance knocks him out. Dude helps Chance take Joe to jail. The next day, during the victim's funeral, a wagon train arrives led by Pat Wheeler and his young helper, Colorado. Chance tells Pat about the trouble in town, explaining he only has dude and crippled Stumpy for support against Burdette's men. Pat leaves his wagons near Nathan's warehouse. Chance, dude, and Stumpy have a drink. Joe taunts dude, who angrily throws his beer bottle at the cell bars. A package arrives for hotel owner Carlos, which Chance delivers. It's underwear for Carlos' wife Consuelo. As Chance and Carlos talk, a woman named Feathers arrives, laughing at the sight of them with the underwear. Chance leaves. Later that night, Chance, dude, and Stumpy are at the office. Seeing dude restless and struggling with withdrawal, Chance suggests they patrol the town. While on the street, Carlos tells Chance that Pat is spreading the word that the sheriff needs help. Chance interrupts Pat's card game with Colorado, Feathers, and others. He warns Pat that asking for help publicly is dangerous. Pat offers his own help, but Chance refuses, saying Pat would be no use if he needs Colorado for protection. Pat then offers Colorado's help, but Colorado declines, saying he'll mind his own business. Pat tells Chance he's leaving in the morning. Chance notices Feathers winning another hand and follows her to her room. He tells her that the cards were missing 3 aces and shows her a wanted poster for a con man, identifying her as his partner. She admits it, but insists she hasn't cheated and dares him to search her. As Chance feels uncomfortable, Colorado appears, suspecting a man with a checkered vest is the cheater. They confront him downstairs, and when he reaches for his gun, Colorado is faster, finding the missing cards on him. Chance tells Carlos to lock the man in his room all night and ensure he leaves town in the morning. He instructs the others to split the man's winnings and thanks Colorado. Colorado asks about Feathers, but Chance, reluctant to apologize, simply admits he was wrong. He leaves the hotel and asks dude about Pat's whereabouts. Pat is walking towards them, but is shot by a man hiding in the stable. Chance and dude rush to him, but Pat is dead. Colorado offers to help chase the gunman, but Chance declines. Chance bursts into the barn, but the gunman escapes to the saloon. Dude fires a few shots, thinking he might have hit him. Chance sends dude in through the front of the saloon while he goes through the back. The customers claim no one entered. Dude looks for a man with muddy boots as the gunman watches from the balcony. Seeing no one with muddy boots, dude even checks the barman's boots, prompting laughter from the men. One man tosses a coin into the spittoon, causing dude to feel ashamed and Chance to doubt him. Dude notices blood dripping into a glass of beer on the bar. Realizing the gunman is above, he turns, shoots, and the dead body falls in front of the bar. Dude finds a $50 gold piece on the gunman, recognizing it as Burdette's payment to Hitman. Chance confronts the man who claimed no one entered and hits him over the head with his rifle. He orders the barman to collect the men's guns and take them to the jail. Chance tells dude he'll let him go in the front more often. Colorado arrives at the office with Pat's belongings, thanking dude for avenging Pat. He informs Chance that he's taken Pat to the Undertaker. Chance must keep Pat's belongings, including the wagons, until he gets a court order, leaving Colorado stuck in town without money. Chance goes to the hotel and finds Feathers at the bar. She apologizes for her behavior. He shares how he became sheriff, and she reveals her gambling husband was murdered for cheating too many people. Chance promises to write to the sheriff who issued wanted bills for her to stop any further notices, which she appreciates. The next morning, Chance wakes up late and learns from Carlos that Feathers had told him to let Chance sleep and had kept watch outside his room all night. Chance confronts her, calling it a foolish act, and tells her to prepare for the stagecoach. Dude is on watch, ensuring visitors leave their guns with him. Nathan Burdette rides into town with his men, refusing to leave their guns. Dude shoots the reins of one man's horse, compelling them to comply. At the office, Chance allows only Nathan to see Joe. During the visit, Chance expresses his anger over Nathan's actions and Pat's death, warning that if they try to attack, Stumpy will kill Joe before they can act. After Nathan leaves, Stumpy asks Chance why he let him go. Chance explains that if Nathan is in jail when something happens, it will just give him an alibi. Carlos arrives and tells Chance that Feathers didn't get on the stagecoach. Chance goes to her room to find out why. She says she wants to stay until the trouble is over, and she knows he's all right. In the saloon, Colorado watches Nathan and his men drinking. Nathan whispers to the mariachi band, leaves them money, and leaves as they start playing a slow Mexican tune. The music plays all day and into the night as Chance and Dude listen. Colorado tells Chance that Nathan requested the tune, the Degelio, a cutthroat song the Mexicans played for the Texans at the Alamo, signaling no mercy. As Chance, Dude, and Stumpy sit in the office, Dude asks Chance about his feelings for Feathers. Chance is reluctant to talk. Dude reminds him that when a woman arrived in town that Chance liked, he warned him about her, and he turned out to be right. Stumpy asks Chance to get him some coffee. Dude mentions that Stumpy's gun is stiff and wants to file it. Stumpy refuses and tells Chance to give him his old guns, which he bought back from the man Dude sold them to when he was at rock bottom. Chance takes Dude to the hotel to get cleaned up. Feathers tells Chance she's staying at the hotel to bartend. Suddenly, a gunshot goes off at the jail. Chance rushes over and finds that Stumpy mistakenly fired at Dude, thinking he was one of Burdette's men. Dude isn't hit, but is angry, realizing the poor state he must have been in for the last 2 years. Stumpy feels ashamed for nearly killing his friend. The next morning, Burdette's men sneak up on Dude, dunk his head in a horse trough, and knock him out. They tie him up in a barn, and one man, dressed like Dude, takes his place. Chance talks to Colorado at the hotel entrance. When Colorado goes inside for matches, Burdette's men catch Chance off guard, demanding Joe's release. Colorado sees this and tells Feathers to throw a plant pot through the window after counting to 3. He calmly walks outside as the window smashes, distracting the men. Colorado tosses Chance's rifle, and they gun down the attackers. A fourth man tries to escape, but Chance shoots him. Chance then finds and unties Dude in the barn. Feeling ashamed and with worsening shakes, Dude tells Chance he's quitting. Chance, also fed up, tells Dude not to ask for his help again if he gets drunk. Dude hits Chance, who tells him to wait at the office for his pay. Chance instructs the Undertaker to bury the men, expecting the town to cover the costs. The Undertaker says there's enough money found on the men to cover it. Chance realizes Nathan is raising the price to free Joe. Feathers, emotional and drunk, is at the bar with Colorado. Chance thanks her and offers Colorado a job as his deputy, which he accepts. At the office, Chance gives Colorado his badge while Dude watches, feeling helpless. Colorado goes to collect his stuff to sleep at the jail. Dude, craving a drink, is advised by Stumpy not to, but Chance, tired of his self-pity, tells him to drink the whole bottle. Dude pours a glass, but when the Mexican tune starts playing again, he decides against it. He pours the drink back into the bottle, saying his shakes have stopped, and asks Chance for another chance, which Chance gladly gives. At night, Dude, Colorado, and Stumpy sing together, prompting Chance to suggest hiding out until the marshal arrives. Chance and Dude go to the hotel to ask Carlos for food and blankets. Carlos finds that Burdette's men have taken Consuelo hostage. Dude takes a bath while Chance talks to Feathers, telling her he won't see her for a few days. Burdette's men plan to keep Chance alive to free Joe. They tie a rope at the bottom of the stairs, causing Chance to trip and knock himself out. The men take Dude and Feathers hostage, intending to trade them for Joe. Chance tells them Stumpy won't agree, but they insist Chance must convince Stumpy they've posted bail. Chance enters the office with 2 men pointing guns at him. One man waits outside. Stumpy, with the shotgun, is behind the bars. Chance calmly says he's releasing Joe. Stumpy tells him the keys are on the desk and shoots the two men when Chance moves. The third man runs in and Colorado wounds him. While Stumpy guards him, Chance and Colorado run to the hotel to save Dude, but only find Feathers untying Carlos and Consuelo. The men have taken Dude out the back. Chance decides not to pursue them to avoid risking Dude's life. He tells Carlos to contact Nathan for a meeting and asks Feathers if she regrets staying. She shakes her head. Chance, Stumpy, and Colorado wait at the office for news from Carlos. When he arrives, he says Nathan wants to trade Dude for Joe. Chance agrees, but insists Stumpy stay behind because he's too old for a fight in open spaces. Chance and Colorado head to the barn overlooking Nathan's warehouse. They prepare their guns and see Dude, alive and well, being brought out. As Joe and Dude walk towards their respective sides, Dude suddenly lunges at Joe, starting a fight behind a wall. Chance and Colorado engage in a gunfight with Nathan's men. Dude knocks Joe out, and Colorado tosses him a gun. During the shootout, some men try to cross the creek to ambush Chance and Colorado. They shoot a couple, but two get across. Suddenly, two explosive gunshots drop the men, and Chance hears Stumpy's laugh. Colorado warns that Stumpy is near the dynamite-filled wagons. Carlos arrives with a shotgun to help. Chance runs out to warn Stumpy as the gunfight continues. Stumpy, from a safe distance, throws unlit dynamite sticks towards the warehouse. Chance and Dude shoot at them, causing explosions. With each explosion, the dynamite gets closer to the warehouse. The final shot nearly blows up the entire warehouse. The Burdette brothers and remaining henchmen surrender, coming out unarmed. Later at night, the town is peaceful again. The remaining men have taken off and Chance goes over to the hotel to see Feathers. As he passionately embraces her, she throws her tights out of the window into the street. Dude and Stumpy are passing and walk off smiling and laughing. If you enjoyed this video, don't be shy to hit the like button, and if you disliked it, hit the dislike button twice, just to be sure. It would be best if you watched the whole movie. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe for more videos like this.